So wait, hold on. Do you think a woman that has sex with a bunch of men is the same as a man who has sex with a bunch of women?
Well, you just said in your analogy, you're saying that
Well,
the
I'm
other
asking you,
woman's
do you think it's the same?
unattractive. Say that one more time. So,
Do you think a woman that's had sex with a lot of men is the equivalent to a man that's had sex with a lot of women?
Yeah. It's unattractive on both ends.
Yeah, there you
no.
go. That's where this fallacy is
I
coming
wouldn't
from.
want a man who slept around with a bunch of bitches the same way you wouldn't want a woman who slept around with a bunch of men. For you specifically. To other people, that might not matter. Because I know people who are like, I don't care about body.
Yeah. This is incredible. They really are unaware.
No, yeah, I know.
This is wild.
I know. It's a why.
So
I mean, it all comes
you
from
do realize
preference.
that for a man to have sex with a lot of women, he's got to have value, correct?
Okay. But for a woman to have sex with a lot of men,
It takes no skill.
no value?
No skill.
Nah,
You
I
can
do
literally
agree.
go into
I
a
agree.
club. Like, come on, man.
It's
true.
Are y'all
It's
fucking
way
serious?
easier
I
for
agree.
us to
Like,
get
ladies,
laid.
like,
It is
divorce your
true.
feelings from the conversation. Let's have a real conversation here. Think about it. Let's use logic and common sense. Why are hoes admonished? Because it's easy for them to have sex and they don't exercise any discretion. However, why are men that have sex with a lot of women respected? Because it's difficult to attract women and have sex with them as a man. Men have to provide value to be attractive to get the girl. Women just exist and they get the guy. So women that exercise sexual temperance are considered high value, right? Or excuse me, are considered valuable to men. And men that can have sex with a lot of women are considered valuable in society because it's not easy for men to get laid. You guys can go into a club right now, all of y'all, and some dude will still talk to you. If I go in the club and go, I'm gonna get arrested. So it's like you cannot sit there and conflate female sexuality to male sexuality. If a man's having sex with a lot of women, he's doing something right by definition. If a woman's having sex with a bunch of dudes, she's doing something wrong by definition.
Correct.
So, but don't you say that there's more attractive men to women ratio, and there's more women than
No,
men?
there's more
period.
attractive women
more-
to men.
He said woman.
More attractive
More
women.
women, yeah.
Sorry, more attractive women to
Yeah.
men. But you say that we just pretty much get it all the time, right? So technically, we have more options.
Yeah, but those options are fleeting because it's not the men that you want.
Okay.
I mean, how many guys come up to you and talk to you that you reject? Probably
All
90%
of
plus?
the- yeah.
So
Every single
therefore,
one.
you have more options, but how many real viable options you have?
No.
Not many.
Yeah.
No. You're right.
So that's why it's easy for us to go on a girls trip is because we recognize that value in a guy where I'm like, if you're coming up to me at a club and you're the 17th guy and I'm just going to keep saying,
You're not the
nah,
one.
I got a
We're used to
boyfriend, or I
turning
gotta-"
men down.
Yeah, it's so easy for us to turn someone down if we're just
Having
Yeah,
fun.
but and
where
here's the
men are
thing, at some
seeking.
point, you're going to get hit on enough. If your girl's, I mean, we could do the math. If your girl gets hit on 10 times a day via Instagram, out and about, etc.,
Yeah, very much.
10 times 365. Do the math. What is that?
You think
360,000 times
just
a year?
because you think just because you're the 11th guy that hit on me that day, I'd be like, oh my fine, I
Well,
give up. I've already
It's not
had
that.
it.
It's not that. But out of those men, there's going to be a percentage of them that are attractive, and
There's
if you just
not.
do simple math, there's going to be a
No,
chance.
it's not about
There's not.
your physical attraction. Like I'm not just gonna be like, oh yeah, I might keep fucking this guy just because he gave me like a gut. You know, it's not that. It doesn't matter
Because
how.
you keep everything that I talk about, you keep
Yeah.
bringing back to yourself.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking from my own personal
Yeah, of
opinion.
course.
I mean,
know,
that's
we know.
all we
For the
can really
group.
think of about
Yeah,
them.
no, we know.
I can't speak for the
Right.
every single girl here
Yeah.
because we might have
Different.
So
perspectives.
would it be
No,
fair to say then that your rebuttals are limited to your own personal experience?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can say
because I
that.
can only
Okay.
speak onto my experience.
Okay, well, the world doesn't revolve around you. So
Yeah.
just
It's not
because
about-
you,
But you're
It's not
speaking
about
about it.
revolving.
You're speaking about men in general too, and
because
women
men are
in
very
general.
simple and we think the same.
Yeah, we
And
do.
women are
I don't know,
complicated.
Like men are very, very simple and easy to
Do you
understand.
So that
think
gives
women are
you-
complicated?
And what?
Do you think women are complicated?
All right,
Not
so,
really.
Wait,
They pretend to be, but they're not.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
I've been able to predict everything you guys were going to say throughout the
Yeah,
course of
you
this
did.
conversation.